This movie can really put someone to sleep. Any new moms out there, if you need something to put your Gen Alpha bundle of joy to bed, this is the movie for you. It is rated R, but damn will the boredom knock them into the land of sleep. Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about The Crow 2024 reimagining. For all the ones getting it confused, this is not a remake of the 1994 Crow starring Brandon Lee. It's a reimagining, reboot, retelling. So I will give this movie that leniency, only that. It is not a remake, it is a new telling of an old story. They just didn't tell that old story very well in this new edition. Spoilers, by the way, but it doesn't really matter. Trust me. Okay, so let's get into it. Brief synopsis out of the way. This tells the story of Eric Draven, this time played by Bill Skarsgård, an addict in rehab, living his days trying to get better. Aren't we all, brother? Aren't we all? But soon a girl he finds pretty arrives willingly, just like all good celebrities do. While there, she seduces our naive Billy boy, as well as trying to hide from some sinister forces who are trying to get to her, so that they can discuss things in a civil manner using malicious force. So when they track her down, her and her new simpy boyfriend, bro, attraction 101. Don't ever simp. It displays weakness, never show weakness. Neediness is a turnoff. You should know this. They escape, forge a quick romance, leave town to be safe. That would be the smart thing to do. They stick around, go party, enjoy a young life and all that stuff, without a care in the world. It's not like people are trying to, murder you. Bad guys find them, obviously. Use that malicious force I was talking about. Pennywise floats his way to the in-between, further, upside down, purgatory, whatever floats your boat, and is told the more emo he gets, the stronger he gets. He should follow any bird that goes caw, 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 so that he can avenge the love of his life after a week of dating, if that, and get that sweet, sweet revenge. Writing down that synopsis was way more enjoyable than this slogfest of a movie. Now, for everybody that doesn't know, they have been trying to make a new Crow movie for a very long time. And I mean a very long time. With a lot of people being considered for the lead. From the likes of Bradley Cooper, Luke Evans, Nicholas Holt, James McAvoy, Tom Hiddleston, even Jason Momoa at one point was signed on and ready to go. With lots of iteration of the lore being changed and added and taken away, so on and so forth, as far back as 2011. And after all that time, 2011, this is where you end up. This is what you decided to greenlight in film. Astonishing. One thing this 2024 version does really, 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 and I mean really badly, and is evident throughout the runtime, is the pace. It has none. It's non-existent. I've seen old people on those motorized wheelchairs move faster than this movie. Oh my god, please slow down. Tested my patience, this movie did. How long is this movie? 111 minutes. Nope. Nope. I don't believe it. By God, this movie felt like it was 320 minutes. At the least. 320 minutes of brooding, gothic, emo love. Nothing against emos. I find emo chicks very attractive. But emo is definitely the vibe chosen for this movie. The 1994 version also had that aesthetic and tone, but man did it do it so much better. With a pace that is 2 times faster than this movie, and that movie is 10 minutes shorter. Sit with that for a second. But you said with this movie you wouldn't compare it to the old one because this one is a reimagining and not a remake, so therefore it's not fair to this movie. Yes. Okay, fine. You have a point. But let me tell you this. You're a filmmaker or want to be a filmmaker. It is one of my dreams to be part of the movie making industry one day, inshallah, God willing that it happens. It's a fun and creative process coming up with imaginative stories, worlds, lores, genres, you name it, endless. And one of the most known genres is the revenge genre. I consider it a genre in itself, by itself. One of my father's favorite genres. Somebody takes what you love and you go and get that revenge. You know what I mean? Try not to swear over there. And imagine you are given the story of the Crow to bring to the big screen. Lead character Eric Draven and his girlfriend Shelley, young and in love, and the world at their feet. are struck with a horrible tragedy and are brutally, heinously murdered in cold blood. Eric Draven, presumed dead, is brought back to life by a mystical, supernatural crow, which bestows him with otherworldly, strange new abilities, one of which is near immortality, to exact that glorious, bloody, satisfying, bone-breaking, vicious vengeance, so that he can move on to the next life with some semblance of peace to his heart and his better half that was taken too soon from him, and will never know the beautiful life that he and Shelley could have had. But now only the vengeance allows him to rest, consolation in this tragic love story. Now imagine having that dense world lore in your sandbox to play with. Do you picture something that is long, boring, without pace, and is unfulfilling at the end? No, me neither. That's why this movie kind of really, sorry, my mistake, not kind of, did bother me. It had so much potential to add and use and expand on, but it was all wasted. Wasted. Don't forget, they were ruminating on this movie since 2011. Now, are there some positives? Sure. Bill Skarsgård is good in the role, but the script gives him nothing to work with. His love interest, played by FKA Twigs, is fine. Some of the visuals have a little thought put into them. And one scene that stood out to me is when he now has 100% of his powers and he goes full boss mode and takes out a shit ton of henchmen at an opera house with a barrage of bloody, gory, nasty hits. That was when I was most entertained. But also, even though that scene was entertaining because it's our lead character walking through gunfire knowing that he can't die, it lacked any decent choreography or fight moves or, some I don't even know what word I'm looking for. Some pizzazz. Jazz hands. He just walks in, takes a lot of hits. Cause he's immortal and has a mini katana, so he just starts slicing them, just like. No imagination, but it was one of the only scenes that kept me interested with what was happening on screen. I hate saying this, but it's very prevalent nowadays. We live in the TikTok, Insta Reel, YouTube short age of the world. Our attention spans are freaking cooked, fried. We have to get them back. So when you have a movie that moves along the way this movie does, you're not going to keep anybody's attention. And you need to keep their attention. Because most of the time, nothing is happening on screen. We spent almost 50 minutes, 50 to 55 minutes with them falling in love. You really can't speed that along? You really can't speed. Okay, we get it. They're in love. Yalla, 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 yalla. Move on. Let's go. And when something does happen, it's not very inventive. That's on you, movie. So yeah, that's about it. I'm not going to say anything else because there's not really much else to say about this movie. I don't even know how to rate this movie. If I give it 5 out of 10, it means it's average, and it's not. It's below average. So since I have to give it something, my mind is landing on 3.8 out of 10. I don't even know where that number came from. That's the thing with number reviews. It's just whatever comes to your mind, and that's the number I choose for this film. I'm never going to watch it again. I'm going to watch the 1994 Crow again. I'm going to do that. Hopefully it's out on 4K. That movie opened up with the tragedy. It really got you right into the story, straight away. No time wasted. And kept the pace. Learn from the past. So, until then, thanks once again for clicking on my face for entertainment. I always appreciate it and I'm always grateful. Please show some love by throwing in a like, a share, a comment, subscribing. God bless. And as always, find the peace, spread the love, and I'll see you when I see you.